Hi, my name is Mark and welcome to the ranch. Today, I am going to kiss a 7-pound pork butt. Well, not quite like that. What I mean by KISS is the acronym Keep It Simple Stupid. And my goal here today is to smoke this pork butt as simply as I can. So I'm going to apply some barbecue rub to it. We'll put it on the smoker for a long time and cook it low and slow. We'll take it off and let it rest. Then we'll shred it, and then we'll eat it. It's as simple as that. So let's get started. We have here a 7.2-pound Boston butt. I'm gonna apply a little bit of Worcestershire sauce to the surface of it to get it wet so that the brown sugar bourbon barbecue rub will stick to it really nice. And after that, we'll let it sit in the fridge overnight, and first thing in the morning, I will put it on the smoker. All right, this is all set. I'm just gonna put it in the fridge and we'll see it in the morning. It's 6 a.m. the next morning, and I've decided to use my Weber Smoky Mountain for this cook. So I'm firing up about half a chimney of charcoal, and when that gets up to temperature, we'll drop the pork butt on and we'll check on that in a couple of hours.
Two hours later.
The pork butt has been on for 2 hours now, and it's got some really nice color to it. I'm just gonna spritz it down a little bit with some apple juice. Just to keep it moist. And we'll check back in on it in a little bit. So we're about 4 hours into this cook right now. The temperature of the meat is 144 degrees, and I've been keeping the smoker between 225 and 250. It's looking really good at this point. I'm just gonna spray it a little bit more with some apple juice. I've been doing this every hour or so, again, just to keep the surface moist. So there's one step I neglected to mention when I started this video, and I was going through all those simple steps. And that is, there's a point in the cook, usually it happens between 155 and 170 degrees, where the temperature of the meat plateaus. It basically gets stuck. They call it the stall. And there's a lot of technical mumbo jumbo about what is actually happening. I'll provide a link in the notes so you can read about it. But essentially, it's a point when the meat is sweating and it is going through a period of evaporative cooling. And when that happens, the temperature of the meat stops rising and in some cases falls a little bit, and it can get stuck there for a long time. So the way to get around that and to help move things along is I'll take the meat off the smoker, I'll wrap it up in some aluminum foil, put a little apple juice in there to help keep it moist, and put it back on the smoker. And when we do that, it does two things. One, it will accelerate the cooking process and help to push it through that stall. And two, it'll help retain the moisture of the meat. So I'll keep an eye on the temperature of the meat, and once it gets to that point, I'll pull it off and we'll wrap it. The pork butt has been sitting around 165 degrees for a little bit now. So I'm gonna take it off, I'm gonna wrap it up in some foil, put a little bit of apple juice in there, and then we'll put it on again, and hopefully that will help push it through this stall. All right, it's back on, and we'll let this sit here until it hits a target temperature of 195. The pork butt is done. It's about 200 degrees internal, depending on where you probe it with the thermometer. So I'm gonna take it off, I'm gonna wrap it up in some towels, and then I'm going to put it into the cooler and let it rest for 1 to 2 hours before I pull it. Time for a nap, little buddy. We'll taste you in a little bit. pork is pulled and it looks really good. You can see a lot of good bark in there and also the red color from the smoke. Dying to taste this. Let's give it a test. All right, here we go. It's a piece, got some nice color on it. That is good. It doesn't even need any sauce. I need another piece. I'm gonna take one of these with some bark on it. A little bark. That's even better. Now, I'll end up putting a little bit of barbecue sauce on it. I don't like to use a lot of barbecue sauce, so I'll put a little bit of Sweet Baby Ray's on it, just enough to give it a hint of barbecue sauce flavor. I would prefer that the meat shine through, so I don't like to cover it a lot with too much sauce. So I'll probably have that tomorrow. I'll make a little sandwich or something from it, but for now, that's definitely a winner. This was a long day. I was up at 6. It took about 10 plus hours to finish this pulled pork, but it was well worth it. And I hope you realize, even though it took a long time to make, it actually was pretty simple. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you're not already a subscriber to my channel, please hit subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time at the ranch.